I mean, I don't know what the Canadian system is, but there's a big stereotype of the American prison system. Are you afraid of that at this point? Or is that
Yeah,
happening there?
not really.
It's not that kind of thing.
It's very gang related in New Zealand, and so there's the Maori gangs, there's the Pacific Islander gangs, and
Dude,
then
they
there's
have
the
all the
motorcycle
fucking face
gangs.
tattoos and everything. Whoa, those seem tough. Those
Yeah.
people seem tough.
Yeah, tough, beautiful culture though, man. Beautiful people, and what a
Yeah, the women are not great. Let's be honest. But, the culture, sure.
I didn't meet any.
I mean, no one's saying a Polynesian. Well, no, Polynesian actually pretty hot. It's the tougher. Anyway, go ahead. Let's not derail.
It was, yeah, I got derailed.
What was the food like there?
Terrible. Yeah.
Like what? What do they give you? Gruel?
You get oatmeal in the morning, and it's wild. You get a different prison, 4 of us. It's a 4-seater. And
What do you mean?
like four seats at the little table.
Okay.
And you get
That's nice. That's not overcrowded.
1 quart of milk or whatever it is. Then you get your oatmeal, and then you gotta only take your quarter. And so when I
and they serve food just for the 4 of you?
you go and get your food, and then there's some sugar, there's some milk at that table. And so when I came into that prison, the reason that seat was empty was because someone had taken more than his 25%, and someone fucking punched him and killed him. He died.
Killed him on milk?
Yeah, 1 punch. So, and then the other thing that was wild was, there's like this system of someone's getting the sugar at the end of the day because that's how we were making alcohol. And so someone's kind of going around at the end, kind of collecting all the
What's
sugar.
left? And by the way, guys, don't take your full amount so we can have some booze.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's that. You get a sandwich for lunch.
It's so hard. You're like, I'm eyeballing it a quarter. Like, I don't know. Shouldn't we pour out equally first and then add the coffee? Like, wow. You ever like scramble like 4 eggs for 2 omelets? And then you're pouring out the first one like, I don't know what 2 is anymore. The first one's always like way light and the last one's like this thick omelet. Jesus. Okay. Do your parents know yet?
It was wild. I didn't, it's a bad phone call to have to make.
Yeah.
But the way they found out was because it came out in the paper, and it was the, son of the famous Canadian poet.
No.
And,
you embarrassed your whole family name.
Yeah, it was bad. Someone's calling my grandma, and they're like, your grandson's got arrested for selling acid in New Zealand. And she's like, you got the wrong, that's not my grandson.
My grandson's on the straight and narrow. Wow, you got to disappoint all of them.
Yeah.
Freedom to fuck up.
Yeah. Good for them, though. They were.
So did anybody pick on you physically?
No, there was.
But they're just in remand, right?
In that, right away that time, this guy came up to me, and there's this thing of, trying to make, especially for kind of the shittier gangs, trying to make a name for yourself, prospecting to be in the gang. And so he came up and he was talking shit. And then this other guy came up. His name was Caveman, one of the most amazing guys I ever made. Totally deserving of that name. He was in a gang called the Headhunters. And he says, this guy's talking shit about you. Or he said, you were talking shit about him. And I was like, dude, I've been in this country for a week. I don't know anybody. I don't know this dude. I don't know who the fuck he is. He's like, hold on a second. Goes back to this other guy, comes back. He's like, yeah, sorry about that, man. And we'd started walking around, and he was one of the top guys in his gang, and him and I, we got along pretty good.
Really?
So he was an amazing character.
Why? Like, well, tell me about him.
Tough.
Yeah.
A million stories.
Gentle lover or like
both.
Rough? What?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, he had those Polynesian tattoos on the leg where they've carved it in with bamboo. He had all those, and he was just kind of wild. He had these wild stories, like like global warming was caused because we had taken so much oil out of the planet that the planet had shifted, and And he would tell me, I remember him telling me that story and I kind of giggled and he's kind of stared at me like, and I was like, oh shit, sorry, KB.
He's like, I thought you were joking. Oh, no, you're right. You're probably right. Was there like fucking going on there?
I don't think it's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I never heard of it.
Yeah. Okay.
There was like not great to be a kid fucker in there.
Because no kids. That's
True.
your one big joy, and you can't get it. If you're like a reader, like prison's great. I can get access not to every book, but to some books and all the time you want. If you like working out, prison's awesome for you. If you're a kid fucker, if they put you in a kid's prison, game on, game on. But that's probably not what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, that happened a few times, and
Yeah, I was a kid fucker, so I can make these jokes. Yeah, reformed, but don't get me around a kid. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. I can't be in.
it's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
And well, you know what it was like? It was like it felt like the room was always filled with gas, and it was only going to take a spark to ignite stuff.
Damn.
And it didn't happen much, but when it did, like everything's extreme. Everything is kind of extreme, and so generally the MO was, all of these gangs are. What was cool for me is I wasn't part of a gang. I wasn't part of this or that. No one knew me. I didn't go in having a problem. Whereas most people, New Zealand's small, gang scene is small. People go in and there's problem,
Were there any other non-New Zealanders or Pacific? I mean,
no.
Oceanians? No. So did that make you like exotic?
Total anomaly.
Were people interested
Accent.
in you?
In a weird way, yeah. Like it was very hard to put me in a box. Everyone's got a box, and it's like, well, what the fuck box does this guy fit?
I'm just a backpacker trying to make money.
Yeah.
I'm actually not tough in any way.
Totally.
I just saw an avenue for
motorbikes
cash.
and guns. I don't fucking.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
Wow. Yeah, you're just a hippie backpacker.
Yeah. So that was great, but other people, they go in and they got a problem on the get-go, and I was pretty clear, like, if I don't fuck anybody around, there's no reason. But it's not that easy.
Did people pick on you?
No.
Did you see fights? Were there brawls and stuff?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Not often, but yeah, it would melt down a few times.
What'd you do when shit popped off?
It kind of depended, like there's times when I remember one time, I'm now connected to my scene and there's protection in that. But then if something goes down
with Caveman and with you're not in the gang, but you're friends with them.
Yeah. So then if something goes down and there's a problem with the crew, if they got my back, I got to have their back. And then, we're kind of hearing stuff that, in this prison, this was a high, medium security at that point. So there's 3 different wings and we'd all spill out to the same yard in the day. And you kind of hear a bunch of ruckus going on in the other wing. And it's like, word kind of filters back somehow, like something's going down, and then you got to go to the yard the next day and you don't know what's going on,
Yeah, I hear a lot of stories of like Ali Siddiq had a story on my old show that's not happening about like the rumor going on that the Mexicans would start a riot against the blacks. But like, who's spilling the beans? Who's talking? This should just be everyone should be a sneak attack. You shouldn't get word they're planning something today.
Yeah.
Talk quietly.
Yeah. Both happen. It's a small. One of the things that was cool about prison was people don't talk shit because it gets around, and then you get held accountable, and you get held accountable at a level that's way more severe than in the real world.
You can't just be like, that guy smells. Like, you said, fuck it, that's gonna snowball.
Yeah. And so, there was one time. There was a couple different incidents for sure. There was this one guy. He was a white power dude from South Africa. And kind of that's another bad. You don't want to be that dude in New Zealand.
Oh right.
And he was fit. He was strong, and he got in a fight with somebody in the Black Power gang, and he beat him up. So then somebody else came at him, beat him up. Third guy came at him, beat him up. And I was working out every day. I was in the gym every day because what the fuck else are you going to do? And that one day, I didn't go to the gym, and I was walking laps in the yard. And there's always a game of, it's called Crash. It's like rugby, but it's like a variation of rugby. And the game's not going on.
So it's odd.
And it's like totally odd. We're walking our laps, and so this guy they had talked to him, and they're like, look, let's figure this out. Let's find some peace. And they're like, meet in the gym, meet on the stage. Let's sort this out. So he goes to meet them, and someone comes up behind him and fucking shivs him.
Oh, no.
He jumps up.
He jumps up?
Like off the stage, runs out. And there's someone at the door supposed to prevent him from getting out. And he's like full speed, runs through that guy, runs through the door, and they spill out right to in the middle of the where the game of Crash usually is going on. And so
this guy's been stabbed.
So I'm right there, and this guy stands up, he's bleeding, and he's fumbling around and trying to get this thing out of his shorts, and pulls out a knife, and then they're just like having a knife fight like right there.
Damn. And you're just like, excuse me, fellas? Excuse
me,
just got to get through?
A little bit. It's like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to, but it's like, how do you not watch a knife fight? It's like by far the most interesting thing going on.
Pretty interesting, yeah. Like, they were gonna show us Gone with the Wind tonight, but this is a lot more exciting.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's